Life is meant to be lived.
And on this show, I'm gonna tell you crazy stories of my life. I'm your boy Mush King. You already know, I got a story to tell. Hey, what it is, friends? It's your boy Mush King, and you're now tuned into an all-new episode of A Story to Tell. Right here on the CWF Network, where we bring you big content in small pieces. Guys, welcome back to the show where I like to tell my crazy stories and the stories of the internet. And it's just a show where I like to come and talk a little about my life, a little about music, a little about the things I'm watching, and, just give you an all-around good show. I hope everybody out there is doing well today, yesterday, and tomorrow, whenever you're listening to this, because, there's just a lot of things going on in the world today. I mean, when is there not always something going on in the world? But these days, it just feels like there is just endless amounts of bullshit that just keeps occurring time after time. And, the one thing that makes me realize is that running this podcast network, I have to stay in the know of everything, like from the news to social media to celebrity shit. I have to really stay in the know, because if you want to be the best, you got to know the rest. I mean, that's just a little thing I made up in my head. I'm a freestyler. Don't worry. Album coming soon. But I've been doing well. I've just been on my mission of growing the network, growing our new YouTube channel for the network, like really focusing on that. And also just trying to find new talent of people who just want to work, who want to grind, who want to be able to do all the things that I have learned over the years, and who want to come up under my wing so I can just teach them the game. And so, the other day, like, I'm trying to finding talent is hard, especially in this climate that we live in of creatives. Like, let me tell y'all something. Growing up as a creative, People always thought I was weird. Like, they just thought I was weird, and so all I wanted to do was just color and make stuff, and all, because I just found that to be so fascinating. But on the other hand, I didn't get it because I still was the guy playing basketball. I still was the guy who was throwing the football around. I was still the guy running track and in the paper every week. But people couldn't get past my creativity because, like I said, I was sewing jeans that I taught myself how to sew. I didn't really know what I was doing. And so, when I would wear my jeans that didn't have no zipper or belt loops because I didn't know how to do that yet, I would just wear all my shit in my underwear. And I knew it was cool because I made it. I wasn't worried about anyone else and all of that. So anyway, back to my point. Trying to find talent in today's day and age is just crazy because, like, now everybody's like thinking they are some next level celebrity, next level reality star. Like, you think you have a couple followers online and you think you're popping. But at the end of the day, entertainment is entertainment, and you have to be able to entertain. Now, a lot of times, over the past 9 years of me running this podcast network, Conversation with Friends, all the Mushy Files, this journey of podcasting has literally started since 2013, 2012, when I was recording just little bits and, uploading those, when I was doing Respectfully Ratchet. That, mind you, if you don't even know that I was doing a whole DJ show, go back on the network and listen to that. These are the things that I just have been doing over the years. So all of the things that I am doing are things that I've learned, things that I've mastered, things that I've just taught myself because there was no help. And so, now that I have this network, now that I'm, developing the sound, I kind of have a template of how I build out these shows. I kind of have a template of how I deal with the host, because over the years I realized everybody can't be dealt with the same. You can't write everybody the same. Some people like the phone, some people like text, some people like nice, some people don't like nice. Some people want the criticism, some people can't even take it. So it's just I have really had to learn how to deal with a variety of people. And because a lot of times it's misconstrued that I'm acting like an asshole when I'm really not. But it's all of the things that I do for one host, I then have to do for multiple hosts. including myself, on top of running the ESPN show, on top of running the network, on top of relationship, on top of life, and all the crazy things going on in the world. Like, I just try to keep my head down and keep working, because I know if I keep working, then the end results will come. So I dived off the topic, but I went back to an old faithful friend, guys. So in the beginning of this network, a lot of the people that I found, a lot of the people that I work with for the early shows are people that I found via Craigslist. Now, let me tell you something. I know a lot of people will be like, Craigslist. But actually in New York, like, Craigslist was very vital to me, whether it was trying to find a job, trying to find freelance gigs, trying to find things for Fashion Week, trying to, like, everything you needed creatively was available on Craigslist. Also in that little sex section before they shut it down. I know y'all little nasty ones, but I was using it to find other creatives who was looking to build and things like that. And I mean, sometimes it worked out great, sometimes not so much, but I didn't really have any resources to find talent. I kind of am in need of some new talent and whatnot. And it's crazy. The other thing that I want to bring up is, like, I don't know why the urge to quit, the urge to take breaks, the urge to just stop your show always comes April, May, and June. April, May, and June, it's like I just be waiting for it. It's like people, they be getting ready for summertime and they just like, okay, cool. Like, well, I'm just going to take a break. And that's the other thing that I want to say. Like, I know a lot of people take breaks and whatnot. The one thing that I noticed, like, unless you are a very notable name who could just not post on social media for days and pop back up and post and they'll be on your shit. Like, you gotta be a specific type of person to do that. But if you're not that person and you're not posting for days and you're not doing this, people are going to forget about you. It's just one of the things that I've learned about the internet. It's one of the things I've learned about life. Like, out of sight, out of mind sounds real crazy. But when life is going and going and going, sometimes those people that are on the outskirts that you care about and you want to check up on and things like that, like, sometimes it just doesn't happen because, I mean, it's just the way the universe works. But it's just been a battle trying to find, reliable people who just really want to, honestly, like, when I think about the old MTV, when I think about the old BET, when I think about all the VJs and the disc jockeys and the people on the radio, the early Wendy's and, the Midnight Storms, and these are all the things that I've listened to growing up. These are all the people who were able to tell a story without having guests, who were able to tell a descriptive story without you even seeing anything. The people who kept you entertained when all it was just you sitting in the car listening to radio in traffic. Like, or, you tuning into 106 in Park and seeing what AJ had on, what Free had on, what boots she had on, what hairstyle she had. Did AJ cut his hair? Like, who's the guest gonna be this week? What do they have on? Like, it was just a totally different vibe of how they conducted themselves when it came to just media and shit. And so for the next round of people that I'm looking for, like, I'm looking for stars, man. Like, honestly, that's just it. This is not a hobby for me anymore. This is not a game for me anymore. This is not any of those things. Like, I'm literally trying to create the next media platform. And, I love people to death, but it's just time for me to really start focusing. Like, I cannot keep spending every 2 to 3 months going through this. Okay, everything good? You sure you're good? Okay, no mush, I'm good. Okay, I quit. That's exactly how it goes. And then I'll just be sitting there like, well, why didn't you just say you wanted to quit when I first asked you? And this is the reason why building a team is also a priority for me, because I can't keep being the person in line that everybody comes to talk to. Like, my thing is, there needs to be someone in the middle of me who deals with the host on a more everyday level. And then once you speak to me, then like, oh shit, like, let me get my shit together. Like, that's what I need, because, a lot of these people who come in here are my friends, are people that I know, are associates of me or someone that I know. And it's like, I never want to come off seeming like an asshole. But at the end of the day, like, this is the past 7 years of my life. I've been through births, deaths, graduations, new jobs, moved 70 million times. And, I managed to keep it all together, and somehow also not only keeping it together for me, but also find a way to still have time to manage all the shows, edit, market, create marketing promos, find new hosts, find new guests, find new talent, coach people. All of these things are things that I'm doing. And so when I hear people being like, oh, well, I just don't know. Oh, my God, real quick, before we go into the purple bag, I'm still trying to get it together, the music section. But before I get into that, why can people stop coming to me and asking me for things they don't really want? Because I'm the type of person, like, you come to me and say, oh, Mush, I'm trying to do this. In my brain, every time I hear that, okay, cool. After that, once I see those things that you said you wanted to do, I'm going to keep mentioning them to you because you mentioned it to me. So if you wanted to start a clothing line, I'm the friend to be like, hey, what's up with your clothing line? Hey, why didn't you start your clothing line yet? Hey, why didn't you start that podcast? You said you was going to start last month. Don't see it. What happened? And so, even with the people who have come and gone on this network, I know a lot of them have tried to do their own podcasting on their own, and it lasted for a couple weeks, and then they have been nowhere to be found. And it's not saying that to be shady or anything like that, but at the end of the day, the CWF Network is a full service network. All you're doing is just submitting audio and promoting. That's it. Everything else is left up to the network, and so you should be killing it as far as, promoting the show. But, when I get all the excuses about why things aren't being promoted, why things aren't being, this or that, it's just hella frustrating to me because it's like, I put myself on the line for y'all. If I don't have content out for y'all, then y'all be looking at this network like, well, Mush don't do anything, so why do I have to? And that's not the case. So that's just a few things I wanted to get off my brain. Like, let me tell you something. I am about to body this media shit this year, and I am not letting anybody get in my way of that, friend or not. It's just not personal. This right here is just a goal that I've been trying to achieve for a very long time. I know a lot of people have, I always am baffled when I meet people who haven't always known what they wanted to do. Me, I always know I wanted to be creative, whether it was me when I wanted to be Usher's backup dancer, or me when I wanted to have the next FUBU, or me when I wanted to be the next Source magazine when I was blogging, or now when I fucking heard Combat Jack, and then I wanted to start a podcast. Like, it's just like, there's just been so many things that I've been developing since I was a kid to get to where I am now. And it's like, if you want to come along for the ride, fantastic, I'll have you, whatever. But if you're not doing the work, then miss me with the shit. But we about to get up into the music that I'm listening to this week. So let's slide on into the purple bag.
Oh my gosh. The music just turns me on.
All right. So now that we are back in the purple lunch bag, I just want to get into a few little music things that I've been listening to recently. Now, I'm not sure if you guys listen to music on YouTube or things like that, but there's like a whole little world on YouTube called lo-fi music. And lo-fi, I've been listening to it for a while because it's something that helps me work when I'm trying to do work, but not trying to be distracted by listening to words and stuff. So the lo-fi kind of gives it a little mix or whatever. But recently I found another mix channel that I've been listening to, and it's like these little South African kind of house mixes. And anybody who knows me know I love me some house music. Like, I love me some house. So I've been getting into that bag. And if you can hear in the background, you can hear just a little bit of it. And this is my new groove to kind of keep me awake. Because, bruh, I've just been so sleepy lately. So when it comes to working, like, I definitely think, this South African mix or the lo-fi mixes. I think, one of the Drake lo-fi mixes. I know Will Smith came out with a lo-fi mix, and that was dope. I was listening to that for some time. But bruh, let me tell you something. Those lo-fi music channels are hella profitable on YouTube. So I'm just trying to find out ways that I can, start something similar to that. So that is definitely something that is on my list of things to do as far as like YouTube. Because y'all, if you haven't subscribed to the YouTube, go subscribe to the YouTube now. I mean, good things coming up. I'm trying to find some new people to work with some great topics, funny topics, like entertaining content. That's what podcasting is for. I get it. It's just a mic. You turn it on, but you got to make sure it's entertaining, and that's always what it is. So, yeah, go ahead and check out the links for the South African mix below in the comments, because why not? Go ahead and enjoy yourself, king or queen. Next up, we have a mix. Now, SoundCloud is a place where I go for all of my mixes. And if you guys have any recommendations on DJs that are on SoundCloud, I need some new ones, because I'll be trying to find, you'll type in hip hop or R&B, and like you'll get like these little dance, EDM, dance, hip hop mixes, or mixes that are like 2 minutes long. Like, I want a good long mix. So other day we had a little get together at the house, at a little party and whatever, and one of my friends from New York who lives in Atlanta came over and had told me that he had a mix from the club that we used to go to. Now, anyone who knows me knows Club Langston's was a spot that I was in for years. I always tell everybody I grew up in that club. I literally started going there probably at like 21, and I continued going there over time, like, here and there, until I was at least 35. So that club has been around for a lot of my shenanigans, and has been the place where a lot of the shenanigans that I've been involved in have went down. So if you listen to A Story to Tell for a long time, there have been several stories that happened at this club, hence the whole slapped in the face, when I got slapped in the face after the club, like that whole story. I forget what the name of that episode is, but I'll try to link it below. But yeah, so that was just a live mix of them playing at the party. And it just brought back so many memories, because it's just like here in Atlanta, like I love living here, don't get me wrong. But when it comes to social sets, or when it comes to partying and things like that, like in the North, there's just a different element as to how people party, like, what you do, all that. Me and my friends, we could just sit around and talk, play some music, and have some drinks. Like, that's it. Like, I don't really need, but down here in the South, like, they want to play cards, they want to play spades, they want to play Uno, they want to play dominoes. I just be like, bruh, I'm just sitting here enjoying myself. But when I heard that mix, like, it literally brought me back to, the days when we were just wild. I was getting in at 7 a.m. every day, had to leave for work at 9 a.m. Like, it was just, what a time to be alive, as Drake would say. But I'm going to close out this episode with one particular song that has been ringing in my head. Guys, now you know how it is when you just be sitting there and you just be humming the words to a song. You're like, how the hell did I even think about that? But one of the songs that has been on my brain is SWV's You're the One. You're the one for me. And that song, first of all, that song, the lyrics, they're totally trash. They are trash. And like everyone always says, bring back old school R&B. What happened to the real music? But some of the times when you think about like these old R&B songs and you listen to the lyrics, like this shit is outrageous. Like, she's trying to steal someone else's man. She's saying that you're the one for me. I know you with somebody else, but I don't care about that. You're the one for me. And listen, and I know people like that. Like, I know people who really go after people who are in relationships that they know are in solid relationships, and yet they still try to chase after that, and I don't even know where that comes from. Like, are you just trying to ruin this because you're tired of not being happy, or are you just trying to ruin this because you honestly want what they have and you just feel like this is the way to get it? But like they always say, you lose them how you get them. So guys, let me know what songs you are listening to this week in the Purple Little Bag, where we like to talk about the music that we're listening to. And we are about to slide on over into...
Hey, yo, Mushy, what you watching?
All right, so here in What You Watching is just the part of the show where we like to talk about the things that we are watching currently at the moment. I'm not going to hold you guys here for too long, but there are lots of great things that have been coming on lately. So let's get to it. Snowfall. What are y'all doing? A whole tiger, though? Like, really, a tiger? That shit was so stupid. And it was just like, it just made you want to say R.I.P. John Singleton, because the show before John Singleton passed away was a little bit different, and now it's getting a little cheesy. But it seems to happen to all of our, like, can I say hood shows? Any show that has like drugs or gangs or things like that, I feel like in the early seasons, it's like, okay, yes. But then after a while, it gets a little corny, because then they get money, they get rich, or, you know, eventually you get caught. So go ahead and check out Snowfall if you haven't watched it. The Oscar slap, if you listen to the Create and Hustle on ESPN Radio 106.1 Richmond, you will hear that I had talked about the Oscar slap. I had talked about it with Nisha Simpson from Breakaway EIP, a nonprofit that helps people with sexual assault awareness and things like that. So if you haven't listened to that, go over to the YouTube and check out Create and Hustle from March 31st, I believe it is. Also, the Belair finale, did you like it? Did you think that should have been how it ended? Did you like Marlon Wayans as the dad choice for Will? I really think that if Will Smith would have came in and been the dad, I think that really would have set the tone for the show. But I do think that Marlon did a good job with it. I do want to go back and watch the episode, because you know how sometimes you just be watching stuff but you're not really paying attention. So then you start seeing people talk about stuff online and you be like, I didn't see that. Yeah, it's because, motherfucker, you wanted to go to the refrigerator and go get you some grapes when you should have been sitting here paying attention to this show. So that is what I feel about Belair. I can't wait till it comes back, like, to see what they spin. Also, I really think that they should have held the Lou storyline for like season 2 or 3. Like, I don't think that it should have been something that's right there in the beginning. But either way, it was good. Now, let's slide on over to the movies. Bruh, Ben Affleck has a new movie. I can't remember the name. But basically, it's about him and his young wife. And he's like some type of tech person. She's just this young spirited wife. But basically, it's just a story about how you can't control your significant other and what that does to a person's psyche. Yeah, like that woman just drove Ben Affleck crazy in that movie. So if you have not seen that, hold on, wait. I'm trying to get the name of the movie because, bruh, it was good. It was good. So let me know what you're watching on the Netflix. And also, it's called Deep Water. So if you go on Hulu, it's on Hulu. Go watch Deep Water with Ben Affleck. It is a wild ride. If you like movies like Gone Girl or like little mysteries like that, you'll definitely love that movie. But I want to know what you guys are watching. Like, what are you tuned into? Is there something new? I know Abbott Elementary, everybody's been watching. I need to catch up because, you know, I have to be in the mood to watch stuff like that. But, you know, drama stuff is right on my alley and all of that. So that's why Belair is really just at the tip of my scale right now. Like, it's like at the top of the scale right now. So, and you know, it just makes you think about all the other shows that they possibly could bring back as a drama. You know, they could do it for a different world. That could be kind of cool. I told my friend Ali D, I said, yo, they could do it for the Cosby Show. And he was like, leave the Cosby Show alone. What do you think? You think they should bring back the Cosby Show or other black shows that we had were wholesome and things like that as dramedies? I think it could be a nice little spin. Another show that I think would work well with that would be Moesha. Moesha could be cool. I don't know about the Parkers, because Nikki Parker would probably be a stalker and she'd probably be arrested for harassing like Professor. So I don't know about that, but let me know what show you would like to see Imagine as a different type of show in the comments below right here on YouTube. Stay subscribed to us, because this is where we keep it funky about what we're watching and all of that. Now let's slide on over to the wrap up so we can close out the show. Back in the wrap up, it's your boy Mush King, and I just want to say thank you again for tuning into this show called A Story to Tell. As you can tell, I'm trying out new things. I'm setting up a new structure. Shout outs to Liam in the back, my dog. He over here huffing and puffing all loud, messing up my recording. But, join me each and every week as I come and slide to you and let you know what I'm doing. I let you know what I'm listening to, and I catch you up on what I'm watching. So that is A Story to Tell. And subscribe to us on YouTube because the CWF Network is popping right now. We have a lot of good things coming up, and we're really trying to grow this channel with different types of content. So be sure to subscribe, write a comment, leave a like, press that notification bell, all of that good stuff. What else? There are some new shows coming on the network, so shout outs to the new hosts that I have coming on here. Shout outs to the old hosts who have came and went, came back and left again. Shout outs to everybody who has came and made this possibility of this network, build this vision of mine that I have. There's so much more that I want to do, so much more that I want to create. And I'm trying to take you guys along for the ride. Join me on social media, mushking __. Twitter is where I've been at lately. I've been in them Twitter streets lately. Instagram, I had to take a little break. Mentally, take a little break. I ain't trying to see all that, but I'm about to ramp it back up and start getting into this thing. I'm doing more video work, and hopefully soon this show will start to come to you via video where I can have a little setup, a little studio, all that. That's what I got planned, but I just step by step, day by. Sorry, and I just aged myself. But let me get up out of here. Be sure to follow the network, CWFP_ on the socials. Find us on Facebook. Conversation with Friends Network is where you can find us. Be sure to tell a friend and tell a friend that this is the network that brings you big content in small pieces. And remember, folks, be sure to tell your story because you never know who's listening, because guess what? Everybody got a story to tell. And I'm out.
This is the CWF Network, where we bring you big content in small pieces. Follow us on Instagram at CWFP_. Okay, bye.